All right, I think we are live. Sorry, I forgot to actually just hit the button. But yes, it looks like we are live. Let me go over here. And all right, I think we are live. Pause that. Still getting things set up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy what Justin and Rebecca do. Is I think I'm going to try to give a little bit of space in between we actually start, and then for the replay they edit something out. So I'm going to try that this first time. Never done that before, but I think it actually works really good. So welcome to all you guys here early. Thanks for jumping in early. If y'all were to see what I'm doing right now, so for my birthday, because we're ramping up all of the vlogs right now, is I actually got a second monitor. So you can see this. There's a monitor sitting right here, so you can actually see. Watch, you see the light go away on my face because there's a monitor right here. And I would show you, but I can't turn the computer because it won't actually do that. Eric, dude, I need to stop looking over there. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is gonna be weird, me looking over here. That's gonna get awkward. I'm bringing it back over here. See, this is how it works with starting these things live. We're just going to work with it. I like the light that this does, but I don't like that I'm looking over there and not at y'all. So I need to look at y'all. There we go. That's normal. I like that. Perfect. All right. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Eric? Thanks for jumping on, man. You're right on time. Way to go, dude. Cool. Okay, so who all else is here? Anybody else in the chat? Right now, Kelly is getting us some coffee and tea. I was in the mood for our tea, and I think she's doing coffee. Ever since she was pregnant, she doesn't really do tea anymore. I really feel lonely that she doesn't have tea with me anymore. Anyway, hey Kirsten, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Woohoo! So right now, if you're just hopping in, East Texas Homestead. I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Is like, check this out. all of you guys who have like actually no video, it's super funny that you're like, oh wow. So check this out. So I'm gonna cover. I'm gonna cover this. Hold on, and I'm gonna get a nice white thing. So watch this. So I'm going to cover it. You see it? Okay. I'm such a nerd. So anyway, if you're just jumping in, we're going to kind of just chit chat a little bit. We're not going to start the live stream until Kelly gets over here. We're going to give a little bit of time for the replay so that we're going to try to do what Justin and Rebecca do. And they give a little bit of time for the replay so that they can go in and YouTube editor and edit it out. Because right now it's just kind of awkward and people miss it. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, everybody say hi to Finley. Oh. Yes. I hope that this works. This is our real first live stream that we've actually done this with little Finley. So I hope that she doesn't freak out. If not, Kelly will just take her and feed her, and then I'll just be able to stay here and hang out with you guys. All right, so who all else is here? Don Beau. Tell me more, Don Beau. That's my name. That's your name. Is that your last name? Are you Beau? Tell me more about your name. That's super cool. 2 monitors is awesome, but definitely distracting during. Yes, I completely agree that I need to not look at this. So I moved everything over here. So hopefully it's not as distracting. I'm going to try not to look at this. Actually, the monitor is just going to give a little bit of light. If not, I'll just turn it off. Hi, I just found you. Oh, cool. Don, thanks. I'm glad that you found us today. How did you find us? If you could put that down in the comments, I would love to know how you found us. I'm sort of trying to still figure out the Google, the YouTube algorithm search engine of how they actually suggest the videos. I think we only have maybe 15 to 20% of our watch times and our views is from subscribers. So the bulk of our views come from just suggested and recommended videos. So I'd love to know how you found us. Okay, folding laundry and anxiously waiting for the live stream so I can stop. Yes, thank you, honey. Hey, Barbara in Colorado, awesome. Barbara, what's the weather like over there? I mean, today it was nice and cool and breezy this morning, and then in the afternoon about 5 o'clock it hit 91 degrees. Yeah, I had to put out the frozen water bottles for the bunnies. Okay, it is great. Thank you, Don. It is great lighting. Appreciate it. Okay, not so quiet life. Beau, where in Texas are you guys? We are currently in the Houston area, and then we will be moving. To Central Texas for our 7-acre homestead. I'm gonna try to show Finley to you. Kristen, if I take her out right now, then you don't get both Kelly and I. So I think I'll put that in my notes. Make sure that we show Finley. So we'll do that. All right. So we'll do that before. So whenever. Thank you, Don. Hi, Finley. Hey, hey, Jean. How you doing? Okay. Okay. I don't have a feed yet. Billy, tell me what you were saying. You don't have a feed yet. Can everybody hear me? Okay. I'm thrown off on that. Hey, Holler Homestead. Awesome, guys. It is part of it is part of your last name. Cool. Okay. That's awesome. Everybody said that they like the light over here is adding it nice. But I had the chat over there, but it was very distracting. Do you want to sit here?
No.
Okay.
My lion hair.
It's awesome. Hey, you took a shower today. That was good.
Took a shower.
We gave Finley her actual weight on.
No. One of us gave Finley.
I took 3 of them to baseball. Who does baseball? Do y'all love baseball?
Hey, you need to be nice.
I'm very nice. This is our first year of T-ball. I'm not sure how it's going.
It ends with a day of wine. That's how it's going.
Okay, I gotta move this.
Do you want me to do it since you're holding your baby?
This is a live stream and we're working things out. Actually, so this is the time. So everybody, I see who just said so. Yeah. Okay, I described after Justin gave you a shout out, and I'm now awesome. Oh, good. Gee, I'm glad that you're a member of the Shed the House group. That thing is. I'll put that in the topics also. Okay. All right. So everybody,
you can tell them what we're gonna do in June. In Shed the House group too.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I talked to Lou today.
Oh, cool. Okay, so now you're done.
Well, it's just because I'm
okay. I can try to.
I think it's really okay.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give a little bit of a break. So welcome everybody. We're going to take a little bit of a pause. We're not going anywhere, but just give us a little bit of a pause so I can go into YouTube editor and edit it, and then we'll go ahead and start. So welcome to all of y'all early and on time. And then just hold on real quick. We're going to take a pause and drink tea, coffee, and wine.
Tea, water, and wine. It might be too hot to do it. Why don't you just put it in?
The tea is so hot. As you can tell, I don't really know how to be quiet during this.
What are you trying to do?
Okay. You gave a pause. Anyway, I'll explain to her later.
My skill.
Okay, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Better Together Life Season 2 finale.
Can you believe it?
We did it. We had a kid.
We had a kid.
And we had...
That's probably enough credit.
Yes.
Right
We had 2 seasons of vlogging, not necessarily the same style, consistency, or anything, but
I think it's going to do that every season. I think it's always going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, especially until we actually get onto the homestead. It's going to be very, very bizarre. So, okay, so let's go ahead and give some shout outs here. And actually, so while I'm going to do some shout outs here on the live show for the replay, go ahead and put down in the comments, what are your questions that y'all have? Let's go ahead and get that started to rolling in. The sooner you can put a comment in, most likely the sooner that we can get to it. We have a little agenda, but we just want to have fun with y'all and talk about what y'all want to talk about. So start putting comments down below and we'll get started. So Eric,
can you tell us how they found us?
A couple of it. Yeah. I mean, put a question that you have and how you found us. I think most of y'all, the regulars here, we know that, y'all been here with us for a while, but if you're new, let us know how you found us. All right. So we have Eric. Y'all will see Eric on every video almost. If you don't see Eric, he's gotten really
Eric's
busy.
Our pen pal.
Yes, Eric is our pen pal. We love Eric.
We should meet you one day.
I know. I would love to for all of you guys. I want to have some workshops at our homestead once we get out there, and I'd love for y'all to come down and meet us, and us to meet y'all. Okay, so Kirsten's awesome. Kirsten used to live here in Texas, and she helps us out behind the scenes for comments of really encouraging us for trying to grow our own food, and that we
need a lot of encouragement.
Well, and that we're getting better at all this stuff. Yeah. East Texas Homestead. I want to meet you, man. I think you do comfrey, and I need to figure out how to learn some comfrey from y'all.
Light.
Yes.
Did you tell them it's our monitor?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for y'all on the
completely accidental.
Yeah, for y'all on the replay, I have a monitor over here, and we started it off with I had the comments over here. It did not work. It was very confusing. Okay. So Beau. So Beau is a part of her last name. That's super cool because that's how I spell my name. So Barbara is from Colorado. Not so quiet. So yes, y'all are not so quiet life that sounds like our life.
Not so quiet.
Not so quiet.
No.
Let's see. Okay.
You're gonna have to check on the not so quiet ones.
Yeah. Billy, let me know if the feed is working. I see I don't have a feed yet. Maybe you commented that and there was a little bit of delay. I don't know if there's a delay.
Billy and I got to have a conversation this morning.
Billy Montgomery?
Yeah. Billy
awesome. Good. Okay, that's
my
good.
call this morning.
Awesome. Yes. So awesome. I'm glad that Kelly's able to help you all out to be able to get you some wellness. The Holler Homestead, man, these guys are awesome. I love watching them. They're doing some cool stuff and on a big adventure. Okay, you take some out.
Okay. Well, Holler Homestead, we have a response for you guys. I know we got a challenge we're working on.
Yes.
We're working on it next week when children are with their cousins. They have cousin camp next week. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, wait, she just asked something about we'd love to come to the great yes.
American Farm.
That is
American Farm Tour.
Very good question. We don't know. We've been told from Justin, just the same as all y'all know of when they're coming to Texas. It's vague. They can't really
it's the fall or winter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Winter. Texas winter.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure they've been here before because that's a questionable season.
Exactly.
All right. Yay, we've got all the way in Canada. Mary, we're glad you're on here. That's awesome.
Dude, what's up, Daniel? Thanks for jumping on, man. How are you doing? So Arms Family Homestead, Daniel, he has a great channel. We're going to do some collaborations with him here soon. I want to go up and visit his farm because it's just in South Oklahoma.
And just a side note, we're so new to YouTube, we kind of don't know what collaborations mean. So for those of you who have said, hey guys, we want to do a collaboration with you, we're like, yeah.
You know
Okay.
it. What does that mean?
We're like, we have no idea.
Yeah.
But we're totally excited about it that we would wake our baby over it.
I know.
So,
Well, Daniel.
yes, there are a couple though that we've been like chatting with friends that we've made on YouTube now.
I know.
About how to connect. And you know what it makes me think of? If you guys ever saw, and you guys can leave a comment on this because you'll laugh, but when the Flintstones met the Jetsons, do you remember that episode? And it was so weird to watch them in each other's world. But that's what I think collaborations are like. It's like your friend goes to your other friend's channel and you see them at the same time in the same place, which is just so strange. But that's what I think of. So maybe you can do something with that editing wise.
When the Flintstones
meet the Jetsons.
That would be fun. Let's do it.
It's really
I like
strange thing. So
Yeah.
I guess we're doing that.
So you do the shout outs. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yay for showers. Tell me about it.
yes. And so Finley, Kelly gave Finley her first bath.
It was so
Tonight.
cute.
It was
Well,
great.
here's the deal. She's 3 weeks old. It was about time. She was getting pretty ripe. But I didn't have, so part of the reason was excuses. Like, hey, if we have to give her a bath, we've got to get the baby bath down from the attic. That's just too much. And then Beau was like, why don't you just take a bath with her? It would be so much easier. Just put her in the bathtub. So then we both look, and it's been, I don't even know how long since we've actually cleaned out our bathtub. There are literally papers and like toys in there. And I was like, that's not happening. So I almost didn't give her a bath tonight, but I did. In the sink with cushy towels, like the bathroom sink, not even the kitchen sink. So it was tiny. But she did it, and she didn't cry even once. I couldn't believe how happy she was.
So 3 weeks without a bath.
I know.
Sorry.
But she's new, and
That's normal.
she was just
Well,
now starting to kind of turn.
Yeah.
You know, go from like sweet baby smell to like,
Well, and she just
maybe we've spit up too much.
she just now started spitting up like the last 2 days.
Yeah. Well, a week.
Okay.
But it's not been so bad. So
Okay, everything sounds good. Okay. Everybody says hi, Kelly.
Thanks for liking my lion hair. It only does this kind of thing right after I have a baby. In about a month, it'll be bald. All right.
Okay.
You searched.
Oh, Dawn. That's hilarious.
What? And that's how you found us? You searched doTERRA diffuser. I see. That's awesome.
Remember you did that?
Yes,
we did
when I
like-
was all new pregnant.
Yeah, we did a doTERRA, like a diffuser review.
Can I move
This was before move what?
the mouse?
Yeah. We moved we did that video before we even really started vlogging. It was just kind of, we were just having a YouTube channel, and then we found a little bit of a groove. Okay, let's see. Okay, so while you're looking at that, we'll do some shout outs here and there.
Yeah.
I want to do a little, this isn't really a pitch, but just a reminder for next week. So why we have you next week on Tuesday, let me find the date. Tuesday the 30th. So Tuesday the 30th at this time, 8 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to start something that we're going to be doing a monthly call. It's mostly probably going to be with Pete Van Dyke of Drought Proof Texas. He is, y'all have seen him in the videos and the vlogs. He is our permaculture designer. He is he's a heavy machine operator. This guy does swales. I mean, he is an artist for what he does. Yeah. It is just gorgeous.
It's very much design.
Yeah, and I'm part of the reason why I want swales is I want it because I want to grow food, and I want everything that's good about swales. I do believe in terrace on contour, and also I just want it. I love the thought of swales and having ducks just swim up and down. So we're excited to be able to do that. So anyway, we're going to have Pete here, and it's going to be something that I need to get.
Well, he won't be here. We're going to do a video conference with him.
Yeah.
And record that. So he won't be like us sitting together here, but he will be in the interwebs of here.
Yeah. So I will get a link down below. It's not there yet. So once I get to the descriptions later tonight, I'll be able to put a link down there where you can register for that, because we will need to register for that, because we're wanting to do like a video conference to where we can kind of see and hear y'all a little bit. So it'll be limited. But anyway.
The space is limited. Yeah.
Yeah. So mark that down in your account. And this is a way that you can get kind of like a mini consult with a permaculture designer. So this is going to be killer.
I think that's the thing to say. So like if we have to describe what this thing that we're doing is, it really is a face-to-face consultation in a group setting with our permaculture designer, and he's pretty well versed in Texas in general. But he even does consultations with people in other states over the phone. So this would be a really great time for you to get in, ask some free questions. Even if you're already on the homestead, he's going to have a lot of practical application for everything from the type of plants to propagate in different areas on your property, to rainwater catchment and gray water systems, all of this permaculture design, how to pasture your animals through food forests, those kinds of things. So from the smallest little, hey, what kind of garden things should I plant, to what should I do with actual livestock, it's a great resource for that. And his specialty is earthwork. So even if you're looking to, in our area, we call them dig a tank, which is basically a pond, or how you capture the most water for the rise and run of your property. This is what you want to get in on. And we're not usually like, hey, time's running out, but we really do want this to serve you. So if it's important to you, make sure you get in tonight. You'll get some emails that remind you about the event coming up, and life is busy for us. So we want to make sure that you know it's coming. But at the same time, register if this is something really of interest to you. You're going to get Beau, you're going to get Pete, and then the conversation, a lot of you are going to get to see each other face to face. Those are the things that I love most about the Zooms that we've been doing with oils, is a lot of you guys get to see each other face to face and just ask questions as if you're sitting in the room together. So it's really important to know a little more about what we're doing and why we're doing it, because most of you have questions that even we can't answer, although most of our work is done on paper anyways.
I'm just trying to promote this right now and just getting the word out and the links out.
Oh, good. You're sending that.
So that's something that we'll talk about. And then while you're looking more, giving you another update next. So on June 5th, I don't know if Jeannie Cotton is here.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm going to talk about this right now and going to warn y'all many times before. We are a learning how to homestead channel. This is not a how-to homestead channel. We are learning how to do it. So you're going to learn more about the mistakes that we're going to make for this. We want to grow our own food, and we are not vegetarians. Just letting you know up front, on June 5th, we are going to go to Jeannie Cotton's little homestead. She has a suburban homestead, and she has, I don't know how many rabbits.
Or how many different plants.
Yeah. Oh my! It is a permaculture jungle where she is. She knows almost every single weed. Moringa. Who put down in the comments if you know what moringa is and the benefits from it?
It's like a quiz.
I actually started watching like some YouTube videos. It is nuts. It is. There's not nuts in it.
No, but it drops like berries or something.
Oh, it does. The seeds. It does do. Yeah. You're right. It does do some bean pods. Yeah. So put down in the comments. Do you know about moringa? This thing. It's kind of like the comfrey, but it's not. But it's really good for you. You can eat a lot of it. I don't know. I'm still learning about it. So we have one moringa tree. So June 5th, Monday, June 5th, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna help her process 5 or 6 rabbits.
That means we're going to thank the rabbits for their lives, and then we're going to take them.
Yes.
And then we're going to put them to good use.
We're going to bring 2 rabbits home, and we're going to do some recipes, and we're going to learn how to cook rabbit.
And that's going to be another one of those funny how not to shows, because how not to cook the way Kelly does is probably a better practice for most people.
Yes. Okay, so are you giving any shout outs?
Yeah, so I was going to just say, I like Not So Quiet Life said, I have a baseball question, but it's kind of not a question. However, I'm super into the things that you do. You homeschool, you homestead, you home business, and you have 4 kids, and you don't baseball or soccer or major team sports. I agree. It does get hectic and stressful. We were just talking about this tonight. We're like, we don't have a schedule that's made for a regular event. So next year, we're going to do some different homeschool classes with our kids from like science labs until we move. And that's going to be a really funny thing for us because those are pretty steady. But in our area, most of the people who homestead or homeschool, their answer is because they like the flexibility. They like to be able to travel. A friend of mine just posted the other day, her oldest homeschooled for the first year and first time ever, and she's in like middle school or 5th grade. And she posted, "Hey, I'm going on a camping trip whenever we want." And that's the benefit of homeschooling. And that's really true for them because where we live, it's a very academically competitive area. So the school system is pretty amazing. But what you don't get is flexibility, and what you do get is a lot of high pressure. And for a lot of people, it's really good for our area. The kind of caliber of kids who live here have really high caliber parents who work really, really busy jobs that remember, like, what we do is not for everyone. And I think that's important to just value people right where they're at. So yeah, if it's a busy thing for you and homeschooling sounds like a good idea, I can't say enough good things about 2 days ago where I don't even know if I have it right here. I had it earlier. But I wrote out this plan and I posted it on Facebook, and I said the original plan was to hit these 7 things during the day, and here was their little timeline so that if Beau was with the kids, he'd know what we were going to do, and if I was with the kids, I could keep on track. And then I put on the other side like a column of the reality, and the reality included a lesson that was supposed to take 30 minutes, took over an hour because Oliver melted down 4 different ways. In an hour's time. One, the lesson was too fast. The lesson was also too slow for him. These are like his feelings toward me. One was that he went to wash his hands and he saw a little bruise over his eye, and he told me his black eye was scaring him. So that was another meltdown in the midst of this lesson.
That was just recently, right?
This was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then another time during the day, we had planned to like meal plan and do all these other things and do the animals on ice that you saw was a day late. It was supposed to be on that original day.
Wasn't that cool?
That's so
Carrie, Kelly's best friend Carrie actually shared that.
It's part of a, I'm pretty sure it's in this book because I'm not that good at coming up with ideas. But there's a curriculum for young kids. So if you guys have young kids, I highly recommend this curriculum. It's called A Year of Playing Skillfully. And it's from the Homegrown Preschooler. I really love it. There's lots of activities like that. So if you enjoyed that, check out the Homegrown Preschooler. It's by a really incredible duo of homeschooling moms who have kids now that have graduated. So they're proof that homeschooling does work. And more importantly, they're proof that homeschooling parents survive. So we're in that delicate little balance where Ollie and Everett are just chasing each other in academic skill. One of them is super smart, meaning he doesn't have to work very hard to get the concept. The other one has to work much harder. So as we're dancing back and forth with that homeschool part of it, it's really interesting to see who excels and who is challenged, and then how they challenge one another. So I can't say enough good things about the time freedom you have with homeschooling and the freedom to meet your kids right where they're at. That's been the joy of the last 9 months. Has it been 9 months of homeschooling?
Yeah, it's
8
been
months, I think.
It's been a lot. That's a good report. Yeah, it's we've really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's
Holler
awesome.
Homestead. I did shower, believe it or not, more than just today in the last 3 weeks. That is the beauty of the Noni package. My mom comes for 2 weeks. So Beau and I have been very well showered. However, it's been nearly a week since she left. And we are, gosh, you feel the pain. You feel the pain when she's gone.
Yeah. Thank you for showering.
You're welcome. It helps.
Not
everyone
today, but just like within
in
3
life,
weeks. Yes.
like desiring
So,
to not stink.
East Texas Homestead. Dude, bro.
Send on the comfrey.
Yes, man. We got it. Yeah, we'll make it happen. East Texas Homestead is one of our supporters here on Patreon. So, buddy, you're awesome. Thank you. Yes, we will do a collaboration because I have no idea what to do with it. So we will certainly.
But to help people, leave a comment, East Texas Homestead, and let them know like your top favorite use for comfrey. Because I think most people are like, comfrey, that sounds familiar, but what? Same thing for moringa. Kristen just said, P.S. Moringa is supposed to be a superfood. And yeah, that's one of the things, not only we're growing it for our bunnies, but Jeannie at Cottontail Rabbitry has been saying it's so good for people too. So make sure you get
comfrey or moringa.
Guys. The moringa.
Yes, yes. I think Jack Spirko and everybody says this, that comfrey, you can ingest that. You can make a tea and you can eat a little bit. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, I think it's illegal. I think it's one of those things like raw milk. Like a lot of areas will say you can sell raw milk, but you can't sell it for human consumption. Slap a sticker on it. It's like, I don't know what. You're supposed to like be able to make amazing salves. I can't say that. Salves.
Oh, Kyriakis Christoforo. I hope I said that right. You sound Greek. And you're a new subscriber, so glad that you're here. That's awesome.
So, Kirsten, yes, it will be a split screen conference with Pete. So you will be able to see Pete and I at the same time.
And be seen if you want to. Otherwise, you can put your little like screen block up.
That's the plan, is that we want to be able to see some of y'all also. So we'll figure that out. Okay.
Kelly's asking about processing rabbits in Connecticut. So Kelly Dolan, it seems like the sort of thing you should learn in person. You know what? I am certain, just because my best friend lives in Connecticut in Glastonbury, and we've been up there. We were actually there in October. And I bet you money, if you just go onto Craigslist or if you go on to some local farms, because they have incredible farmers markets there and they have incredible CSAs. I mean, so fresh, so local. I couldn't believe the kind of access you guys have there. We went into Boston one day and there was just like normal old farmers market in the middle of the city every day during the week. I was blown away. Local who would be able to say, yeah, come out and learn.
Okay, Kirsten, bye.
Geese and her ducks. Kristen, hope your geese and your ducks are very well fed tonight. Yeah. Thanks for being on.
The Texas boys. Hey, awesome, Jim. I actually talked to Jim this today. No, maybe I should. The Texas dad. Sorry, buddy. Oh, man. Yes, Texas dad. I talked to Texas dad today and the Texas boys, and they're awesome. We hopefully will be able to do some kind of collaboration with them here soon. And yes, you know, moringa, it is a super food. It's awesome. If you go, I'll try to remember to put a link somewhere. Probably not. Y'all know me. I say I'm going to put a link, but I forget.
We say links. We never do.
You can search our, I think it's fodder for rabbits, fodder food for rabbits video. It was one of those, it was part of those that Jeannie Cotton came and she helped us with our first breeding. So anyway, yeah, I've been using moringa powder. Oh yeah. There's like a superfood moringa powder.
It's the chupas. It's the little seeds, the moringa seeds that you put in and you could like blend it like a coffee bean.
No, they also make it from the leaves. It's like our super greens.
Dehydrated?
It's like our terra greens. Yeah. It's like this is awesome. Okay.
Adrian Kahn is proof that homeschool works. Adrian got into college at 16. All right.
Holy cow.
I can jive with you. You're totally encouraging my mama heart right there.
I heard a lot. I've heard people say about homeschool, and Adrian, is that what?
Yes.
Adrian, correct us if I'm wrong, that it's a little bit slow in this early stage, because something that the public school does fairly decent is teaching your kids how to read and write. But it's right whenever they start getting kind of in the middle school that everything starts blending and they're trying to direct kids to one way of learning.
Yeah.
That's whenever homeschoolers just that they start skyrocketing.
I think it's just that idea of comprehensive processing?
Yeah.
You know, what do you see? How do you connect it to what you're learning?
Guys, I love this. I love that y'all are our people.
I know, it's
Y'all
really fun.
love to grow your own food, to have a slower paced life, to
Character training. You're totally right, Texas mom.
yeah, to homeschool your kids, and that you love cardboard without tape.
Look who's on.
Oh my goodness.
The Chais are
Woo!
on.
Yay!
The Chais are some of our like absolute nearest and dearest. Maria has been our kiddos' besties forever and like one of my closest friends. And they are super fun. They're complete millennials who are like ready to go off grid and do life. And they're expecting their first baby soon. So if you love us, you will love the Chais. Give them a little love on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're some of our favorite people on the planet. Okay, let's see. We'll take a couple more and then we'll jump onto this agenda and then we can come back. Comfrey, awesome on burns and scratches. That's great. That's what I've heard. Is
Yes.
It's like a great healing kind of botanical, like
I think
like
of it
even
like
just
helichrysum.
muddling it.
Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we use helichrysum essential oil a lot, but
Yeah.
of course, what we want to be self-sustaining, and if you can have comfrey, that's
Yeah.
something that it's a lot more work to be able to use it.
I think tea is another way people use
Yeah.
comfrey.
No, totally.
Comfrey tea.
Okay, so we talked about that. So while Kelly's going through here, yes, Eric, buddy, so thankful for grandparents.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
goodness.
Like seriously, my mom.
Yeah.
She wants nothing to do with being on screen, but she has everything to do with the reason that things could happen over the last few weeks with Beau and I.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to jump into the okay, so what do y'all want to, let's scroll, what do y'all want to know first? You want to talk, let us know if you have any other questions about Finley and, you know, ours, Kelly's birth experience of like, just, you know, that was.
We'll keep it PG, y'all.
Exactly. So I have that on there. Also, I have a little hint at a video that's coming up. I think maybe tomorrow. It might be tomorrow. It might be the next day. Guys, we're probably going to have to rip up. No, that's not it. That's another part. We are growing a whole lot of baby tomatoes and green beans. They are not lasting. They are disappearing. They are getting taken.
They are thiefed in the night, let me tell you.
And we have proof on video.
I'm really thrilled.
Yes. So I
videoed. Look at how well I contribute to our channel.
Yeah.
Where is that video though?
Well, it's coming. It's going to come in a couple of days. I'm actually going to put it up on Patreon tonight because it's super easy. But it's the actual video, me narrating it, is going to come in a couple of days. It's, guys, I can't believe you caught it.
I'm pretty amazing.
I can't believe that you caught them. It's gross. Yes.
So, let's see. We've got a lot of homeschool talk, which is super fun. Okay. Saba Fazekas. I'm so sorry I'm butchering your name. Unless it's your screen name, and then I don't feel kind of bad because that's a little difficult. I love growing food and gave away 500 pounds of potatoes and onions.
Wow.
You are amazing. And this is so what I want to do on our homestead. Like, I want to grow food so that we can feed people. That's not just our people, but like the people. I love that. Oh, you make me happy. And thank you for commenting and thank you for being here.
Yeah.
That's really great. Okay, let's get to our agenda and then I'll kind of fish through these comments a little bit.
Sure. So let's talk about our shed to house. So since, if you haven't known, we just want to give you all a heads up. Y'all have seen a video. So a little bit about who we are. My name is Beau. Kelly's name is Kelly. We have 2 boys and 2 little girls. We started this YouTube channel. So honestly, it's kind of like if you've ever heard of Casey Neistat. He said that he started his daily vlog to be able to talk about Bean. And that was his company, Bean, that has now got bought out by CNN. We are not anywhere close to Casey Neistat, but he's really good at what he does. And Justin and Rebecca Rhodes, I could be wrong on this, but I assume that since he said that they did not monetize for the first 6 months, they wanted to talk about their Permaculture Chickens movie. So we started this vlog because of the fact that I am a video producer and I wasn't making movies anymore. And really, it got to where it was hard for me to be able to do that. Also, we run an essential oils company, and we wanted to be able to teach as many people as we can about essential oils. And we knew that we were going to be like contact able to teach about this. You know, she knows all about the oils of the Bible, and it's just awesome, Kelly's knowledge and just how they've helped our family. So we wanted to be able to tell y'all about essential oils. Since that, we started a Facebook group that is called Shed to House. Giving you a little bit of a heads up of what Shed to House Facebook group is. It started because I was talking about us moving to our homestead, and this Facebook group started with me and one other person. I actually hid it from Kelly because I didn't want to make her mad, and I didn't want to have that be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, time out. So if you're on this channel, you've seen like our top hitting video is this video about a shed, a Dirksen shed that was converted into a house. And knowing that that was an option, we liked the tiny house movement. It was super cool, but it just didn't make sense for us, especially when the family started to grow again. It was like 6 people in 400 square feet was just stupid. I mean, sorry, if you've done it, then God bless you for trying.
Tiny house?
And doing it. If there's 6 people living in 400 square feet.
Yes.
It's just not for us. So we found what was for us. Minimal living was important for us. Debt-free was the most important. So looking at this shed that we could convert not only was a really cool trial for us, something that we wanted to have an experience with. I mean, our kids are so small. They all want to pile into the same bed at this point. They don't even care about being in the same room. So we looked at what an option would be for us that was a larger space, but still very conservative compared to our 2,000 square foot home in suburbia. And this was a great niche, and it also has a great following. We just had no idea what kind of following it would be. So this group that Beau started, was it February?
Well, I actually started it in...
When did you click, like,
I started
make it more public? It's still closed, but it's...
I mentioned it in February in one of our videos.
Vlogs, okay.
Yeah, vlogs, yeah.
So I think you had it since December. And then February, we made it live, I guess, which it's still a closed group, meaning we admit people based on their request. Like if somebody says, I'd like to join this Shed to House group, then it grows from there. And sometimes people recommend it.
Because we love to ban people.
That's not true. That's not true. So this group is completely homegrown. If you are on Shed to House, you need to give it a little love right here down in the comments because people need to know why it's so awesome. This group is awesome to no credit of our own. It is totally user-based. It is totally user-run. We moderate it to make sure it's not like sketchy posts going up, but it is people who are like, we wanted a tribe. We wanted people like us doing what we do to all have a home base. It has fueled so many ideas for us to come up with our own floor plan, to find the right dealer for us in Texas, to talk about septic tanks and swales and gardens and things like that, down to building these little homesteads, because now there are how many people in it?
We have, I think it's 12,000, around about.
I mean,
we're
crazy.
adding like close to 200 a day, so.
And Facebook is promoting it, so that's cool.
Yes.
Like on a lot of people's little suggested
we
groups on the side. We've never even tagged it.
Well, and the last that y'all heard about it here on YouTube was whenever it hit 3,000. It is. So
It was like a month ago.
this group is far bigger than our YouTube channel, which is so fun and cool. And we don't do a lot. We just kind of keep it clean.
We moderate.
Yeah,
We moderate it.
Yeah.
So a couple of things are going to take off with that in the next month. We have several people who've been a part of the group since it was like 100, but people who are actually building out their sheds. They've almost all of them have done it themselves. Either had a ready-made shed delivered, or they've gotten like a tough shed kit put on their property and they're building it out. But everything from framing to plumbing and electricity, these people are doing it all. So it's been a cool part for us to really start growing our ideas based on other people's experience. And if that's you guys homesteading in a small space, you might really be into that group too. Okay, so let's see.
We have a couple of comments over here that I'll highlight. So East Texas Homestead. I kind of know about Comfrey. So Molly 2512 asked, join late, what is Comfrey? So East Texas Homestead, you're currently the Comfrey expert of the chat right now. Could you write up a sentence or so of, in your words, what Comfrey is? So East Texas Homestead, I don't know if you're selling Comfrey to the masses, but you might have a business now after this. So anyway, let us know about Comfrey. Man sharpens man. Found you guys researching how to buy land.
Cool.
That is awesome. That actually kind of touches me a little bit, because that's Joel Salatin all the time says that you don't need to own land to farm. I 100% agree. I would never, ever, ever. You can't disagree with Joel Salatin. Like the guy has done more in his pinky finger than I will ever do in my entire life. There is a part where I'd say he does own land, and I don't want to own land just because I want to farm. I want to own land because there's so much more that you can do by having 1+ acres of property. Us living here in suburbia with 1/8 of an acre, and half of our front yard is on a 90-degree slope. It really almost
is pretty high.
Can't do anything out there. I can't even grow food. It's against my HOA in the front yard. And then our back yard, half of it is taken up by our deck, which of course we're not going to get rid of because we want to sell it. So
you are so right, Billy. Joel is Beau's man crush. Like, we don't have celebrity crushes between the two of us, but if Beau could have one, it's Joel Salatin for good reason. I mean, he's pretty impressive. So Billy and Eric are both in the Shed to House group, and they shouted out as a really cool group. I agree. If it's something you're looking at, like a secondary guest house on your property or an office, I think those are awesome ideas.
I love that you mentioned that you're in it not because you want to live in a small space. You want to do like a guest house or a bunkhouse or an out. Like, we actually started looking at these things. It was called a garden office. So this was back whenever I was just doing full-time video production, and I needed a place to edit once we had Everett and Ollie. And I was actually looking at it to say, like, getting a garden office in our backyard. Okay, what is good? Thank you, Gregory. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, we love her. She's so cool.
She's squishy. All right, Night East Texas. Thank you guys for being on, and great just contribution. You guys are always fun to talk with.
Yeah, family watching. You're totally right. That's why I want land, is that I want my kids to be able to run around without shoes on. Imagination's just gone wild. Yeah.
I think it's the trade-off. So a lot of questions that we get is like, why would you move your larger family into a smaller house, especially since Finley got here? And the idea is, we're not, in my eyes, I know the house is going to be smaller. Obviously, that's foolish to ignore. But 7.5 acres is, in my eyes and the eyes of a little boy, infinite. In Ella's eyes, to run without anyone telling her to stop is a mansion compared to her home right now. So we've said this also. the tiny house is kind of an experiment for us. It's not a lifelong thing. We're not planning on having a 15-year-old in a tiny house or, you know, a small shed. It's really our plan is 2 to 3 years, living on the property, debt free. Our entire mortgage will be paid for. Our car is paid for. We plan to live here truly debt free and just open up those finances for God to do whatever he's going to do in our life in those years. And then after that time, we're going to revise and say, do we want to build a barn dominium? Do we want to move to a new property? What does it look like for us next? And that's sort of our history. So I grew up in the military. I don't know if any of you guys did, but I get that itch where I'm like, I need to move furniture. And now we're at the itch where I need to move houses and I need to move in a different adventure because we're never going to get this time again. When they are 15, when they are 17, they're not going to want to live in a tiny house. They're going to want their own space. So for right now, while they really do want to be around each other and do want to be around us, I want to pour into that. And if we can say yes, I have a girlfriend who's incredible homeschool mentor mama. And she's like, say yes, Kelly. Say yes to your kids as often as you can. You don't have to say no just to be the authority in their life. You can be the authority and the guide in their life by saying yes. So when they want to build their own treehouse, we say yes. When they want to have a mud pit, we say yes. All of those times we get to, we say yes.
That's awesome. I love, is that talking about the mud pit? Yeah. She's really good at not caring about her kids getting all muddy.
Yeah, she is.
Throws me off a little bit. I will get over that. Okay, so you have to change how you teach. Yes, you do have to change how you teach every single kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because every kid learns differently, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Pete's texting us even as we.
I'm trying to get Pete here on the live stream. Okay.
I think you've gone way up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start over.
Night,
okay.
Texas boys.
Yes.
Y'all have a good night.
Guys,
Thanks
put those boys to bed. Time for barn.
Blake Kirby says barn dominium. Yeah, it was our first thought, and then the option to go to be debt free.
Oh my gosh, guys, you didn't even realize who Blake Kirby is.
Yes, I did. You and me are Facebook friends now, Blake. We go way back for like a day.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Kirby, Daddykirbs.
Blake Kirby.
Okay.
The Blake Kirby.
So this is not
Facebook friend of me.
Dude. Awesome. Way to go, man. Okay, so this is not a full-on collaboration, but I have to give Blake the biggest shout out that I can. And I have to also give Patreon a shout out. I know that I'm going to get bashed about Patreon, but let me tell you how I found this. So we had this Patreon account and nothing was, we weren't talking about it because we did that thing talking about Patreon and it didn't really do anything. And I structured Patreon of like, hey, if you would like to do that just because you like our videos, that's awesome. So we had like one person give, Melissa give $5 a month, and this other, and I don't want to put her name out there, but she was giving us $6 a month. She actually unsubscribed from Patreon, and I asked her and I said, what are you, can you tell me more about this? I want to learn about what Patreon is and what is this thing? And she's like, actually, I'm looking for more community in Patreon than what you're currently doing, and to be able to network with other people. So she left and I said, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I actually went onto her Patreon account to see who, and you were able to see who people follow on Patreon. And she's following this channel called Daddykirbs. I'm so mad at YouTube. Guys, if you do not know, and I actually talked to Texas Dad today, he had no idea who you were, Blake. Man, you are not getting love on YouTube. Go right now. I would even say leave my channel right now and go subscribe to Daddykirbs. Blake he's my favorite channel now.
Yeah,
he really is. Like,
is that it?
Huh? I guess so.
Okay. If it's wrong, Blake, let them know.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure you will not tout yourself, but let us know.
You can even put a link to your home screen. Yeah, I would love for that. So Blake is in the San Antonio area. You're definitely we're gonna see some face-to-face with us and Blake. It's gonna be super cool. So I'm really mad, and I'm glad that you're here, Blake, but I'm really mad at YouTube and the algorithm that we're not finding channels like Blake. This
It's different, and I think
I'm
you guys
amped.
appreciate it. Respect, and we say you need to go like this channel because someone did that for us, and it changed our range, and it changed the conversation. Like, most of you here are from the roads, and it's just because they were kind and gracious, and they said you need to like us, and we didn't even have much belief in ourselves. But Blake doesn't need that. He's got a great channel, and his videos are awesome, and he's so real. We watched kombucha like 3 times.
Yes.
We're like, we need to get back into making kombucha.
And Blake, I don't know. I commented on the it was an old video of yours. Put down in the comments, Blake, who shot that video? Because you weren't holding the camera.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Oh, Patricia loves Daddykirbs.
Yeah.
Good.
It was so good. I loved I just love that video. Like, this was nice camera movement. That's what I did for a living. Like, anyway, I guess I still do it for a living. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so great. If you want to learn how to make kombucha, Blake has an awesome video on it.
Your wife did it. Hey, that's impressive.
That was really good. Really good. He also, what I'm so excited about Blake's channel is once we get onto our property, this guy, so that's what I want our garden to look like. Well, I need to show Kelly everything about that. Blake's garden it's all like, I think it's fenced in, Blake, of like, and you have garden beds, and it's permaculture, it's messy, it's organized all at the same time. It's so good. Dude, it's so, I'm serious, man. I really dig it. Because we're not doing it.
We've had Doug and Stacy.
Yeah.
And now we have Blake Kirby, which is so fun.
Yeah.
Billy, this is for you. Yes, I drink wine from a glass because we pretend we're an old Italian family.
We love Jesus, but we drink a little.
And sometimes we fuss.
But
not here because I get in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I did you're going to see the video, and you may or may not see that.
No, only if it's on Patreon. It won't be on here. Okay, so Kelly Dolan asked this, and I just want to address this question because I hate it when people don't tell you about money, when you ask about money. So Kelly Dolan asks, would we mind sharing how expensive is land in Texas? That's a really good question. Oh, there's a little baby.
Don't make that sound when you're holding a baby.
So I think that's a great question, and this is why. Land in Texas varies so much. So, for example, if you're going really east and you're you're going really east and you're getting
just
closer,
west of El Paso. No,
I said east.
Sorry,
if you're going really east toward Louisiana, you're going to have one price. If you're going all the way west toward basically Fort Stockton to El Paso, it's real cheap, but it's real desert.
I think they had it for like 10 or 20 acres. I think it was 20 acres for like $10,000. It
was really, really cheap. Now, that's also super, super what I would call like Egypt. Not because, now I lived in El Paso. I have family from El Paso. That's not disparaging that part of the state. You might need to walk her.
Okay, I'll be back.
So that part of the state is awesome. Just know that the diversity in the state is huge. But in general, I would say that we found this as we searched for our land. If you're looking in a metropolitan area, the acreage is very, very high. If you're also looking in sort of a historic part, it's also really, really high. So anytime you're close to a desirable area, I guess you could say, you're going to have a higher price per acre. Obviously, if you can buy a larger plot of land, then your acreage price goes down. We were looking for something closer to 10 acres, and we found 7.5. And I think we paid, if I get it wrong, I think we paid $64,000.
No,
I'm totally wrong. It was $6,400 an acre. And that was really great. But what you would describe our property as is not metropolitan. It's in the hill country area, but it's really a fringe. So there's a city, and we're within the county, but outside of city property. So we have access to like the Walmart and the Tractor Supply within 15 minutes of us, but we're far enough out of like a major city that it won't, the taxes are pretty sweet, and it also won't be as high per acre. But I will tell you, in Texas, those small, anything under 10 is really disappearing. People are buying those up. People are buying up 300, 700 acres and then subdividing it off into small communities. So if you're getting in on Texas land, now is the time to do it, and look in those fringe areas. I think that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, Blake said land in the San Antonio area where he is it's high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if you were to travel a little further out to like Seguin or
I don't know.
Or well, actually my parents have been looking in Bernie, and that's pretty intense.
Pretty. I mean,
gorgeous.
Anything in between Houston, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas. I mean, that's where we wanted to be.
We went to school in San Marcos. So for those of you Central Texas people,
Texas
shout
State.
out.
Yes. Sorry. We have no school pride.
I do. He's like, it's a small school.
It's a small school. I'm talking about like sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Jaton, good. Glad you're here. We saw you just the other night, so I'm glad you're back.
Okay, so Texas Boy says around 3,000 per acre. That's great.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so that's in. You put where you are. That's up to you.
Yeah, when we were first looking, we just did casual. Like we looked around the Houston area, and it was 22 an acre.
I will say this, that the bigger property you can get, the cheaper it is per acre, of course.
Patricia's in Seguin. That's awesome.
Yeah. And
when Texans shout out to other Texas cities.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, it's like you got to wave your Texas flag. There's just something about Texas pride. I love all of you who are in the Northeast or the Northwest, but there is something about Texas.
Okay, so the Texas Boys just put down.
Near White Oak.
Yeah, I'm assuming that is either Texas Dad or Texas Mom. So if you're interested in finding land in Texas, there you go. That gives you a little bit of an idea of where they are. I will say we love our property.
And we would do things differently if we looked again.
Yeah. So, the fact that it's $22,000 for a well on our property,
that just we look both ways, because that just led me to say, okay, we don't do a well, we do city water.
Well, it had city water. So I mean, and it's not city water. It's a county co-op water. So
but we really just, as spiritual as this might sound, we just felt completely led to our land. Mm-hmm. Like we looked really all over for about 2 years, and then just a random site came up for Beau. We random, but God's like, hey, this was me. We randomly stopped by on the way that we had a trip
Houston to
Dallas. And then we just said, okay, if we're supposed to do this, then God's got to provide the money, the place, and the lender, and all those things came in line within a month. So that was really exciting for us.
Ooh, wow. So Texas Boys have a county co-op and a well. That's killer.
Fancy.
That was smart. Yeah. And I think we would have done things differently. And also I will say this is like some behind the scenes stuff that we never really talked about on the channel. I don't foresee our kids graduating from high school homeschool at our property. I would love to be able to learn on this and increase the value of it, and then graduate up. So we have been going for an hour. This is so awesome, and I kind of don't want to stop.
Oh, Barbara in Colorado. I need to get back to your email. You just emailed us the other day. I'm sorry I haven't replied yet.
Let's see. So
I do remember all of our conversation. Barbara is, once you're Texan, it's in your blood. You may be a transplant somewhere else, but it's still a little bit there.
Man, I'm so surprised with people that have so many co-ops and a well. That's
that's awesome.
Cool. That's some self-reliance right there.
Very cool, guys.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up in the next 10 or 15 minutes, or until Finley starts screaming at all of us. So let's put down any questions that you want. Again, this is season 2 finale.
And then you'll have some of our little Finley season in between.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've had a really good week of being able to get a lot of stuff out the last couple of weeks, so I'm excited about that. It's been going pretty good. They're not the most highly edited, but at least there's something. And another reminder to do another pitch. That next Tuesday night at 8 p.m., we're going to be doing a video conferencing with Pete Van Dyke of Drought Proof Texas. Pete, don't know if you're on. Let me check the text. I need to get back. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have Pete on. It will be a video conference. You can see me and Pete, and hopefully some of y'all are working on some of the technicalities of the apps and stuff to be able to do that. You will need to register for it. So we're going to be doing this one. Don't know the long-term thing, what we're going to do with it, but definitely we're doing this one. It's going to be here on.
Will they register and then like the day before they'll get a link? Because we're still figuring out what it is.
At this time, it will not be here.
On YouTube.
The live recording will not be here on YouTube. So it will be like a webinar outside of YouTube. So you definitely need to register for it.
And it'll post here, but we really want that live interaction.
Well, the recording will post here after.
Yeah, the recording will. But we want that live interaction. And like we said, I think it's 50. I think our limit is 50. So the first 50 people who register, you're going to have that first conversation with Pete. And he's doing us a huge favor to sacrifice his time. I mean, he's really busy. It's difficult even for us to get on his books. So he's sacrificing a lot of time completely for free just because he's passionate about enhancing the land and making it work the way that it's created to.
Blue Bus Gypsies. I thought we could have got out of it without.
No, I know.
I'll let you run it.
First, I have to say, you're totally right. Texas people rock. And for those of you who don't live in Texas, you've probably met a Texan, and hopefully they rocked as well. So yes, you're asking about our shed to home. When do we think we're going to start? Beau asked me the other day, and I was like, you know what? You guys be praying for us as well. We've got to see those funds line up, and that's just where we are right now. We've got brand new baby. We've got kids who still need all the life the kids need. And, the beginning of the year, you pay off all your taxes. And when you pay them off in the suburbs and on your homestead, you have to recover from that. So that's kind of just where we are.
Self-employed.
Yeah, the hope and desire. The hope and desire is that it's May right now, and that in December, Lord willing, we will live on our property in our shed to house. Our suburban house will be sold. We will be in there. We will be in the process of still putting it together, is my guess. And we don't know what that looks like in between, but we really feel like everything has been doors opened to continue that path to the end of 2017. We will hopefully take some Christmas lights and string it around the cypress on our property. Everett really, really wants a tree that lives in the ground. So yes. We will get out there, hell or high water, just to do that little shot for you. But I'm really hoping we'll live out there by the end of the year. It's going to be
battery powered.
It may have to be. We may have a.
We'll have a solar panel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll have a solar panel just for our Christmas tree.
A cedar tree, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I'll try to shape it.
And really, we just feel like this is...
We need it, Blue Bus Gypsy.
This is what we're supposed to do, but we also hold a lot of things loosely. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but even when we have babies, I just have to have a heart that says, my job is to steward. My job is to take what we've been given and take care of it well so that it continues to multiply. And so when we even have babies, I just pray, Lord, thank you for this child. I pray that we get to hold this baby, but we will love him or her for as long as we have them. I have to, if I'm willing to do that with a person, I totally have to be willing to do that with our property as well.
You okay?
Oh, I'm just all hormonal because I just had a human. Also because I cry at everything. So, but I love that question because then you get to see me cry on the internet, which is always awkward. But I think that's a really good question, and that's just transparency. So I'm very, very certain just in my gut that we'll be out there. But I think that I would rather want, as preachy as this can get, I'd rather want what God wants for our family than try and make what I want happen and miss what he has. Because it's always better than my own ideas anyways. So I don't know if that's how you wanted to answer that.
Isn't my wife awesome?
You know, what can I say?
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, exactly. When the time is right. So I don't feel a lot of pressure to make one thing happen or not. But when people ask, you know, how often are you guys going to vlog? The reason we vlog is because this is creative fire. So a lot of people ask us about marriage and how do we talk to one another and what do we really look like in real life? It looks a lot like this. But I will say that the best thing that we can do for each other is to hear the desires of our hearts and the passions. And for Beau, he's wired, like he is just hardwired to be a creative express through video kind of guy. I mean, like I would way rather sit and watch a video and he would rather make a video. And that's just how we're different. But without the vlog, I don't know what the creative outlet would be or how it would feel in terms of the pressure for making something in the video world, like working in the industry. I think this has been a freedom where it's just joyful and fun and challenging to create and challenging to look at other people for inspiration to see what he has in store. So I think that that's really cool for Beau. So we will continue to vlog regardless, but the goal is to move on that path and move forward. And hopefully we don't have to live with any in-laws in the interim, but we'll see. They've definitely offered up their home.
We have even brainstormed like, it's a
work in progress, but I love that question. Thank you for asking and thank you for caring. I mean, that's a big deal.
Okay, so look who just popped in.
So, yay!
Pete.
We've got Pete on here.
Yeah, so everybody, Pete is in the house. He is Joseph Van Dyke on his Gmail account. So Pete, is it Joseph? Why do they call you Pete? Why do we call you Pete? Yeah,
just call you Pete.
I like Pete.
It's very Texan of us.
I know.
Not very Californian of us. However, there are Californians on the call, so there you go, Pete.
Yeah. So everybody,
I guess Texans are your people
Pete's
now.
here. Say hi to Pete. We're not gonna answer any questions about permaculture. We're gonna wait until Tuesday night.
Greg asked about the Facebook group. Yes, we have chatted about the Facebook group, the Shed to House group, and we're at like about 12,000.
Yes.
I think we're adding like 2,000 a day. And we were just saying a little bit about that, Greg. In June, we're going to be interviewing some of the people who are actually on their properties. So we'll do some live chat with them and we will do some recorded video with their like kind of tours of their homesteads.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know that's your middle name. I like
middle name Pierre. Shut up. You're so cool.
You haven't seen Pete in a long time.
No, I haven't. Pete, it's been too long. Your hair has grown since we visited last.
And your beard.
It's
an awesome beard. I don't know if I have the patience for that.
I don't think we have the beard fortitude for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Holler Homestead is Californian for the next 8.5 months.
Okay, well, I want to know. Go over to Holler Homestead.
You guys aren't following Holler Homestead yet. We need to do that too.
Yes, so y'all.
We need to do like a recommended list, like our favorite playlists.
Well, that's on it's on my Patreon account. I do that.
Oh, good.
But yes, I can do that for you guys too. We watch Holler Homestead because they're in a life transition and they're just super cool. You remind us of us at your age of YouTube life.
Us? What?
They're cool on the
We
on
were
the
once
YouTubes.
cool.
We're not cool anymore.
We're just cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a nerd.
Oh, you must be a birth fanatic.
Who?
I love that Blue Bus Gypsies, and your name is amazing. It's magical in itself. Yeah, I never would have shared that Beau did a great job because there were lots of things. If he hadn't made it the way he made it, I would have cut it out. There was only one edit, and I won't even tell you what it is. So enjoy the mystery. There was only one edit.
There was not a GoPro in the water. There was never a GoPro in the water. So it's not talking about that.
But there was one edit that I had, and I said, if you can take that out, I feel like this is viewable for the world. So and it's been magic. I mean, it really was. I know that's so strange to say, but it was just a cool memory to have on video.
Yeah. Okay.
We totally said we were going to jump off 7 minutes
I know.
ago.
It's
good.
It's hard to get off.
It is.
It's like super difficult.
I think of these crazy things. So we grew up and moved a lot. When I was in high school, we moved to Korea. South Korea, if I had to specify that for anyone. And when we were there, honestly, the internet was kind of new. So in terms of like the whole world having access to one another, it was really new. When my parents lived overseas with my oldest sisters, my grandmother would record audio tapes, like cassette tapes of her, and she'd send it to my parents. And they were so broke that I think they would record back on the same tape and then send it back to the States with my sister's voices. So they would record back and forth, maybe until the tape broke. I don't know. I could be really dramatic, like, oh, we walked both ways in the snow. But now I look, and our life is, like, part of our income is made on the internet with strangers who can instantly talk to one another and share information is unbelievable.
It's very weird. We're grateful for it. And
it is
it's
cool.
Just, yeah. I saw something that I wanted to talk about. Yes, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, I don't think I'm that worried about it. I really want to sell them. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yes. So Greg asked, is it going to be hard for us to get rid of the baby bunnies? That we were talking about selling them at a local co-op. I'm probably not. I want to see if I can market directly to the pet seeker or the bunny seeker to buy it.
We actually have someone who wants 2 of them already. So
did she say that? She's like, okay, I like them.
Well, here was the problem, because she said, I want one. It's going to be an indoor bunny. And then she said, and I said, okay. She said, send me some pictures. I sent her Beau's video, and she goes, now I want all of them.
Y'all haven't seen that one.
It's coming out soon. I said, we want Pink of the litter. Honestly, we just want to wait and see. Honestly, we only care about one. I want to know if the lion head is a boy.
Yeah. And
if the lion head is a boy, I want to breed him back, because I just want to do some experiments and see if we get lion head bunnies. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard to let them go. And
Ollie was kind of sad, but I think if the lion head is a boy, and he gets to keep that one, then I think Ollie will be totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Ella will have no idea, and Everett doesn't care about anything.
He does not care.
He's like
bunnies.
Yes.
Anything outside, he's like, meh.
Yeah.
Can I go build some Legos?
That's why. That's
unless he's climbing a tree.
Everett's the. They're all, but Everett's the top reason why I want to be on the land, is because I want him to know how good it'll be being outside and having a big giant tree house, and he can shoot his BB gun.
Well, he loves to explore.
Yes.
I think he's just explored our backyard.
Yeah.
Where he's like, man, I don't really care about this.
Yeah, Everett always needs a challenge, otherwise he gets tired.
You can totally house train bunnies. They're like cats.
Yeah.
Like, they'll go in the litter box, which is awesome. Oh, you have 4 bunnies? Billy, how did we not talk about this morning on our call? Talk about your 4 bunnies. I freaking love our bunnies.
I had no idea that she was going to like bunnies.
I had no idea. I would love them.
I've been asking her to get a dog forever. And she's like,
this was a better move.
Yeah. So what Billy put down in the comments, what breed are your bunnies?
Yeah.
So yeah, about the bunnies, we always tell the kids that we are not going to
eat our bunnies.
Eat our main 4. But
we might eat their babies. That's so messed up. They know what we mean, but we might eat their babies. Oh gosh, YouTube's gonna slay us for that one.
At least it's dipped down. Like only you real fans have made it this far. If you've watched the replay,
Yeah.
like we're not that cool.
Yeah, Pete, I read about that with indoor bunnies, that they'll eat everything.
Well, and Pete actually told me that he had a Holland Lop bunny go savage. Have you seen?
Like on Zootopia?
Have you seen Zootopia where the bunnies go savage? No, the bunnies didn't go savage. Oh, they did talk about one. I don't know. Somebody went
They
savage.
talk about going savage.
Going
on
savage.
Zootopia.
Yeah. But man, when you're bringing up bunnies, I'm gonna be doing a video here soon. There's a lot of videos in the queue, so that's good. Where I'm in a good. Whenever I have like a big list of topics, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
At the end, there was a part where I stopped making videos, and that was because I ran out of ideas. Anyway, I want to do a video of like the top reasons why someone in suburbia that just wants to try to do something kind of homesteady or garden. Guys, these bunnies, it is the closest thing to instant gratification to having livestock and doing this homestead thing.
I think even the lesson, like we go back to homeschooling, it's really just like a life study, right? But even going back to, without being super technical, like my 4-year-old knows how today he asked, how do we breed people? We didn't really go into detail with that. You didn't know that. But Eric, our 4-year-old knows about how to breed bunnies. He knows. He knows that the mama takes care of the baby, and it helps that he has a people parallel at this moment. But he has conversations about what is good food to feed the bunnies, more than just pellets. He wants to know, what do we do with their poop? He wants to know how the mom takes care of the babies, what the dad does, how that's different from people. So the life lessons that they're getting just from the animal husbandry with these bunnies, which takes no effort, is pretty cool. Really cool. I mean, how did Sophie do today? You cleaned their cages, or the other day?
That was yesterday.
And you took them out into the run. How did she do? Because I was.
No, I didn't. I didn't put her in the run.
Oh,
because
okay.
I couldn't put the babies in because the holes are the greatest.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's just so. I mean, we can't have chickens because of our HOA unless there's something cool about Texas, about where you can have chickens. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, September. For those of you in Texas, we're looking at a backyard chicken bill in September.
Yeah, which is good. To where I don't know. We got to find out the details because we want to be able to talk about it here. But anyway, so like if you want to propagate, what do you say? Raise chickens, propagate chickens.
Raise them.
Well, how you raise your own stock, to where like you hatch eggs. Like literally, guys, you have to either get a rooster and you gotta watch it and everything. You gotta get an incubator. Like that's a lot of work. We want to do it, and we will be doing it. But man,
this
for
has been
our
a good first step. It
is so easy, guys. You put a bunny in the cage with another bunny, and 31 days later, if you gotta put a rabbit in the cage with another rabbit, and 30 days later, bunnies come and they look identical. Like, because we had two different things, it's just genetics. It's cool. So neat.
Jeannie totally turned us on to being fascinated by the genetics of bunnies.
And again, somebody said,
Ollie says we'll eat the ugly ones.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Did someone comment that?
Yeah, Patricia did. That's awesome.
So, totally, that's going to be a hard thing. We haven't known. I'm really excited that I'm going to Jeannie's place that I've never seen these. I have no connect. Like, that's good. It's completely going to be different. We're not naming these little bunnies.
Except they probably have named them. We just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they say the white one or the lion head, or I think you called one tiger. So they did not. Someone asked, did they watch the babies being born? No, we honestly would just go out every morning to see if they had been born. Yeah. Bunnies really mother in secret. Like every time we go out there, Sophie is not in the box with them. That video that you haven't let that video. Have you put that video out with their noses?
The one, that's the one. It was the narration one.
The little white one, when she leans into Sophie, honestly, that's the most interaction we have seen in the last 12 days, 15 days, however old they are. It's really like we don't see them do anything, but they keep growing and they're thriving and they're healthy. So we can only presume she's doing a good job.
They're alive, and she's not highly she's not aggressive, which I have heard that's probably a good thing whenever you have a mom that's aggressive. That at least she's.
I hope Blue does good.
I wouldn't.
She's kind of.
Yeah, I mean.
She's kind of one of those words I can't say on a family-friendly channel.
See, she's
a salty old broad. Okay, let's take like 3 more questions because we're getting late and we got a small human and I'm going to be up late and Beau's going to be up early. So Greg Cross, you noticed the mesh on the back of our bunny fan. That fan is actually a mosquito fan that is dual purposing at the moment as a bunny fan. So the whole reason we bought that fan, and if you have been to Costco, you guys need to see that fan that could fit my children inside of it. Don't do that. That's very dangerous, but it is that big. So this is a smaller shop fan, but it has this, it's like netting. It's just
like screen.
Yeah, screen for your windows.
You get raw, like a roll of it.
Yeah. And that's
window
back
screen.
There because where we live, the best way to take care of mosquitoes is to get them before they breed more mosquitoes. So we're trying to collect as many mosquitoes sucked into the back of that fan as you can before they go and make more mosquitoes. Yeah. But honestly, there's just no fighting them here.
So Greg, I think it's the video you can go back and watch. They suffocate and die. That's the title of it. And you just, anyway, it's doesn't.
That's why we have it. You can like you can learn on that video.
So I kind of talk about what we do and how we do it. I haven't done a follow-up with it. I said that I was going to, but I haven't. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Basically, you turn it off. I mean, really, yeah. Anyway,
it's on the back side of the fan too. If that makes any difference.
The fan blows this way towards the bunnies, and the mosquitoes fly here, and they.
So if there are mosquitoes that are flying around the bunny cage, they basically have to disperse because the wind is too strong from the fan. So if you're a person standing in front of the fan, you're doing great. And then it's dual purpose from the back of the fan, sucking in any, we have a lot of leaves out there right now, but sucking in any bugs that would just create a big mess in the.
It works.
They eat me a lot.
And I haven't, so this hasn't.
Terra Shield works too. We also spray, we're not just sending our kids out for West Nile virus in their backyard. So we spray them with Terra Shield.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good segue. I'm so good at segues. So Billy and a couple other people on the call were on our webinar on Monday and have set up appointments with us. So if you're on here and you want to know more about essential oils, we're setting up appointments at about 30 minutes. And we're actually looking to do about 4 more between now and Tuesday when we have our live event with Pete. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to set up an appointment where we chat over the phone about oils for about 30 minutes, then go ahead and send us an email at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com. And it'll probably be me, but if you want Beau on there too, we can get him on there. And we'll just do a phone conversation and talk about your oil needs, what you think your top wellness goals are, and how we can help you find oils that meet those goals. And then we'll talk to you a little bit about the company, and we'll make sure that we find the good fit for you so that you feel confident using your oils. But that's just a quick plug. So if you want that, email us at bettertogetherlife@gmail.com.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna take. I think we're good. We're asking questions about mosquitoes still. We have so much mosquito experience, guys.
Yeah,
yes, I would love to put chickens in our backyard, Gene. We currently live in a restricted area. I know that's ironic. We can build a shed house, but we cannot have have chickens right now. Yes, lavender is the best. You're right. I'm about to put some on this little girl right here, and some frankincense actually. Terra Shield is really good, I think, for flying bugs. I couldn't say the same for ticks. But if you have seen that video about people who use peppermint to retract a tick or get a tick to climb out, don't do that. Just do the same method. Use the tweezers, take it off at the head, And then you can use lavender to soothe the area, or frankincense to soothe it, or peppermint if you really want to. But don't try and have a tick back out of your body using essential oils. It's a cool trick. I just wouldn't do it for removal.
Jack Spirko of the Survival Podcast, he says that if you're worried about ticks, he's like, if you're really worried about it and you know you're going to be in tick country,
especially like the Northeast, that's tick and Lyme disease is the highest ratio of ticks carrying Lyme disease is in the Northeast.
Yeah, it's
not a super concern where we are right now. I think when we get on the land, ticks and chiggers will be a little bit more of a concern.
Yeah, I mean, long grass. So.
Even when we go to Dallas, to my parents' house, we still look for ticks off the kids.
Sure.
Because they've got a little wooded area.
Yeah. But basically, Jack Spirko says that if you're worried about it, that's the only time that he'll use DEET.
Yeah, yeah.
If he's like, man, I'd rather have DEET
than Lyme disease.
Sparingly, like at certain times, not like every single day. So I know that we're if you're not mad at us for eating bunnies, you're mad at us for saying that word here in the
DEET.
Yeah. We don't use it right now.
One last shout out to Terry Poulin. I hope that's how you say your last name. But you basically touched on the heart of why we want a homestead. You said that you grew up butchering and eating livestock, and you reared your children in the same way, and it becomes a way of life. That is a great way to sum up what we want. I think there are a lot of American life skills that were once and now are no more, even down to like sewing. I know that sounds so silly, but sewing and woodworking and seeing a life cycle, these are things that we just want for our kids, and they don't have to do it when they're bigger. When they raise their own families, they don't have to do that. We're not trying to impress our hopes and desires on them to form them into different people. But we do hope that those foundational skills really influence the way that they walk out compassion, the way that they walk out looking for other people to serve, and the way that they experience hard work and a work ethic. I am fully convinced that one of my children may be a software engineer. That just but his life skill on the homestead, I think, will catalyze him into a totally different character building category that he just couldn't get somewhere else. And we have the ability to afford that for him, if that's the right word to use. We have the ability to create that environment, and I just don't want to miss it, because we may end up in the middle of the city in our retirement age so that we can walk to the grocery store and to the pharmacy. And that sounds great to me. Not great to him, but great to me. But in the meantime, I want to have the property and the freedom and the space to make our own decisions on our own land. And I think a lot of you guys do too, and that's why you follow, or maybe you're doing that already. Yeah. So it's cool to be in a community of people who love cardboard and homesteading.
Yeah. It's just so fun. We love doing this with you guys. It's just so cool. Yeah. I was hating on YouTube earlier and saying that Patreon has a better way to connect people. This is why YouTube is awesome, is because we can sit here and talk to y'all and this is entertainment for us to be able to spend time with y'all and I wish we had food in the meal that you could just hang out.
Virtually breaking bread. That would be fun.
It would be good. It would be good. So Kelly just now put our email.
So Beau mentioned Patreon. Mm-hmm. We talked about our very big event coming up on the 30th. Is it the 30th with Pete?
The 30th with Pete, okay. Yeah.
The 30th with Pete. That's going to be, you put that link in already?
I haven't made, okay. I have to make the link.
So we'll make that link. Just keep watching the channel to see that come
up. And I'll talk about it a lot.
If you guys are on our mailing list already, then you're going to get that, link. We're going to send it to everybody. And I think that's everything. If you want essential oil 30-minute one-on-one, then email us. Yeah. And I think those are all the main things. There was something on the 5th. Oh, the 5th is when we're doing our big bunny processing. But yeah, there's some fun things coming up in this interim time. So thanks for being patient with us. But also, it sounds like we don't have a lot to apologize for. And I think that really helps Beau feel better about what he's doing in between these seasons. Because sometimes it can feel like we're a little flat and maybe that we're not, I don't know, that we're not helping you guys connect in some way or another. But you're full of grace. And we're so glad for that because it's a fun experience just to share where we're at with you guys. Yeah, I think Finn's still sleeping, so we'll bring her on the next live chat with us for sure. She's going to be around for a while, and she's going to be needy for a while. I don't know if you can. This little fuzzy head.
If I take her out,
also contains a person.
We're really in trouble, guys.
We are in
Please,
trouble.
I promise you're gonna. I can't do it.
Yeah.
She turned her head. So
she's cozy. If you guys have we have some shameless plugs, but if you have little people, the boba is pretty awesome.
Yes.
The boba and the havasling is how we get anything done. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for a great night. It's always fun to connect with you. We hate to cut it off, but we need to do it at some point.
Yes.
So have a great night. Thanks for being here, and we'll see y'all on the channel.
Good night, everybody. Bye.